Welcome to Single Stories, a fun, creative, and unfiltered chat with me, Ginger Robbie. I'm the founder of Ginger Robbie Designs and Seaside Drafting and Designs. I'm a designer, architect, entrepreneur, mom, and now an empty nester. After more than 20 years in the interior design and architect world, I've seen it all, from building dream homes and starting 2 businesses to raising my son solo and navigating all the chaos, creativity, and courage it takes to build the life you want on your own terms. This podcast is where we'll dive into the stories behind the spaces, the real life journey of what it means to design a career, a business, and a home, all while chasing your dreams and finding your voice. We'll talk about the industry, the grind, the wins, the mess ups, and everything in between. Whether you're a fellow designer, a business owner, a mom trying to figure it out, or just someone who loves a good story, Single Stories is for you. Let's build something beautiful, one story at a time. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Single Stories. It's been a little while. We are actually putting our studio together. So we're in the actual editing studio right now. This might become the studio, but we're still moving stuff around. So maybe not. Still waiting. But what I wanted to do was come on and talk about, I've really been thinking about products lately because we have a couple commercial jobs going on and we are using different products. And 2 of them in particular are heating products. They're different heating products. One is for the home. Well, I guess it could be commercial too. And the other one's for outdoor. So I should say one is for indoor, one is for outdoor. So I have 2 of them. One I just actually got to meet with and learn all about, and it was really fun. And the other one I've known about for a really long time. So I kind of wanted to talk about them because I actually use one in my home. As you know, I try everything out before I ever have you guys try it. So I know. So when we had the studio, we had one in there and then I had a portable one and we actually took it all over. I have it now being used and we also let our clients try this out. So I always say, let me try it before we buy it. And so there's 2 companies. One is Amba towel warmers and then also Bromic heating. They're actually both really great, and I use both of them. So let's start with the towel warmers because they're amazing and they're great. And I actually use one in my house every day. I have the portable one because we do travel, so we'll take it with us. It's great because the one I have has racks and you can move it and you can actually break it down and take it with you. So if you go camping in a van or go surfing, we've actually used it for the wetsuits. We've tried it out. It dries them out and it's really nice. I have mine where it is plugged in, but I usually have them in my clients' homes where we install them and wire them in and put them on timers. I would suggest that only because you kind of need at least a half hour for the towels to start to really warm up. So you can set it on a timer. Let's say you get in the shower at 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. and you can set it for a half hour beforehand and it turns on. And then you can leave it on for about an hour afterwards and have it turned off. It's always kind of almost like low grade, but it's really nice. So the reason I actually like them is because I didn't know until I knew, and it was the fact that there's 99% of the germs live in our towels, and we don't know these things. And a lot of times we'll use them 2, 3 days, 4 days, or if you go to the beach, you throw them up, or if you're in sports like water polo, like you all know my son was in water polo, we use towels constantly all the time. So you can't wash them all the time, or let's say you're traveling, you can't wash them all the time. Towels collect germs, just kind of like everything else. Mildew is the reason why our towels don't smell good at times if you have big a family or a lot of people. So the good thing is when it's on these warmers, it actually kills the germs and it dries them out. So I had to try it out beforehand to see if this really works. And I have noticed a difference over the last few years of using this. And it really does work. And I just like to have a nice warm towel when I get out of the shower. And they're great. There's different finishes. You can put them on the walls, different sizes. There's a ladder one, there's a straight one. There's all kinds of different ones, little tiny ones. So I really, really love them. And we usually put them in all of our clients' bathroom remodels. And then we also put them in our commercial jobs that we do that there's a need for those if we're remodeling the bathrooms, or let's say it's a hotel and you're redoing the bathroom. It's just more of a luxury as well, but it actually really does help in the sense of
just getting rid of those germs. And then again, I like it when you have a nice warm towel to get out of the shower. Who doesn't like that? It's like a spa day. So it's great. So that is one company. And by the way, no one's asking me to do this. I just really want to start once a month talking about products that we use in our designs, we use in our jobs, and that we actually recommend because we have tried them out. So it's kind of nice to know that they are being used and that we've tried them and all those things. Okay. So the other one is Bromic Heating. So I just met with them and we did a whole thing where we learned about them, which is great. I knew about them. I met them out at KBIS in Vegas. When was that? A few years ago. Can't wait for KBIS to come back this way out of Florida. So I met them there and it was actually sunny but cold. And they had all these great heaters out there. And I ended up staying and speaking with them for a while. And then I have since connected with them and we did for our Design Coach Collective. Our members came, we got to learn about them. We went to lunch and actually sat under some heaters at lunch. And it was really, you can even tell it was actually windy and cold and had no idea it was windy and cold because it was so well done in there. And so these are the heaters that we actually use in our commercial and residential projects, mainly our projects for commercial, but they're great. So they have some that are infrared heaters. Those are the ones that I like because you can put them seamlessly like in the ceilings and you still need venting around them and those things, which we figure out, but they're great. They're pretty seamless. They look really nice. It's not those big metal heaters that you see that are just sticking out everywhere. And these are the ones that the infrared are more of the electric ones. They do gas and things. So things about them. Oh, let me actually go back real quickly to Amba. So Amba's been around since 2012. So they came into play in 2012, family-owned business. They've done really well. I've met some of the family. I've met the people that work for them. And so really great company. I really do like them. Okay, so back to Bromic Heating. They've been around since 1978. So I have learned about them and they started in Australia, which I think is awesome because I love Australia. And another reason I'm doing this, I have a friend that's visiting home from Australia right now. So we were talking about it and it just gave me this great idea to talk about this heating system that we really like. So they do heating, gas, refrigeration, and controls. So you can actually keep all of your heating on your phone or on a control system too, which I really like because if you are somewhere and you're having guests come over and you're all going to show up at the house in the backyard and sit around outside and have dinner, you can hit your phone and get that started going before you even get home. Or if you know you're going to have dinner guests at a certain time, you can turn that on. Or if it's a little chilly, you want it to warm up before you go outside and have your coffee and hang out. So they have great things for that. That's for the infrared ones. And they have more stylish ones now too, which I really do like. So we do like them a lot. So it's the infrared, which we're trying to get more away from the gas in the sense because not everybody has access to the gas or can plumb for the gas, but you can always add in electrical. So that's why I really like them. And they don't look so commercially and they don't look so rough and they can blend in. So if we do a overhang system, we can cut them pretty much seamlessly into the ceilings, which I love. They did Disney down at Disney Walk in that area. There was a couple restaurants and other things. So if you look them up, I'll put them in the notes. You can check them out. You can look them up and see. So we design all of that. We calculate it with them. We do a lot of things. So we have 3 or 4 jobs coming up to work with them soon. So we're very excited. So those are just 2 of the products right now that I'm talking about. And the reason I'm talking about it is summer's coming. Everybody's going to be outside. Everybody's going to be having guests. And even though when it's summertime, you don't necessarily need heat, but sometimes it's nice to put on just like even a low grade and sit outside and be comfortable and not be chilly. And the fire pits are great and they're great for ambience, but they don't always just give you that heat that you need, that warmth. So I don't like being cold. I like going to the cold, but I don't want to be cold. So let's say I went to Mammoth and I had a home there, or we went to a restaurant, I would want some sort of heating to feel comfortable. The funny thing we always joke about is women are cold from our feet up and men are cold from their head down. And if we could find a way to put heaters in the middle, that'd be great. That doesn't exist yet. I keep wanting someone to invent this, but we don't know. We'll see. So those are the two that I like. Like I said, one is from the United States, which was Amba, and then the other one, which is Bromic, is from Australia, but they do have places here now. They have one in Irvine, so that's the one that we go to, and we really, really like them. So those are just a couple of our little product tips for the day that we wanted to give you, and you can go check them out. I'll put the notes below, and follow us, subscribe to us so you can see everything. We are actually have a lot of recordings that we need to cut up and put in, so we are excited to start showing you guys some stuff. So we'll see you later. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Single Stories, where design meets real life, one story at a time. This episode was produced and edited by Ginger Robbie. If you enjoyed this conversation, be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast, and don't forget to leave a review or share it with your friends.